Hi, guys. I wanted to share some cosmic wisdom with you for March. So, we'll talk about a few things today. First is that when we enter March, we're in Pisces season, and Pisces is all about letting yourself be in the flow, a little bit more emphasis on being than doing. Although we're going to move into Aries season in the middle of the month, and that will be the big shift into doing and taking action. But as we begin the month of March, there are a few important things happening. On March 2nd, there is a new moon. That is when the sun and the moon are sitting exactly together. That's going to be happening in 12 degrees of Pisces. Let me see if that's correct. Yeah, so there's going to be a new moon happening in 12 degrees of Pisces, conjunct Jupiter, which will be sitting at 14 degrees of Pisces. We also still have Neptune in Pisces. So there's a big, what's called a stellium, which is a whole grouping of planets sitting in that Piscean energy. You can go back and look at my video for last month. I spoke about this Jupiter Pisces energy and gave you some tips and even some slides about ways to work with that. But definitely immersing yourself in that watery, soulful environment, whether that is meditation, journaling, prayer, yoga, listening to music, taking some time away from the noise, the crowds, the news, and just giving yourself time to be and to be reflective, to be contemplative, pay attention to your dreams. Maybe write some poetry, do some tarot reading. That's very Piscean. So, new moons are about beginnings. So it's a beginning of what is the intention for the next 2 weeks until the full moon. And you might want to set some new intentions for yourself around your own soul work. So what is it that I want to be more surrendering or in the flow of for the first 2 weeks of March? That is really about nurturing my sense of soul, my sense of connection to something deeper, bigger within myself and within the cosmic realm. March 2nd, I told you that Mars and Venus are doing this hand in hand movement with each other, but they're going to be exactly conjunct Pluto on March 3rd. Pluto is about power. Mars is about action, and Venus is about what we value and what we're drawn to and have beauty and affection for. So all of that happening together, I do feel like it's, we see what's going on in the world. Obviously, there are a lot of dysfunctional power structures and governmental conflict that's happening around us, and that is in the macrocosm. We see that we're affected by that. On a personal level, what does it mean to understand your own relationship with power, and where have you used excessive force to try to manipulate or control situations in your life? Where are you heavy-handed and maybe too intense in trying to get what you want and to kind of get the leg up? And where have you given up power? So it's really an opportunity to look at reclaiming some of your own sense of appropriate use of power in your interactions with yourself, with others, especially in relationships, and decide how you want to take action going forward. At the middle of the month, we have that full moon. So the full moon is going to be in Virgo, and Virgo is very organized, detail-oriented, very discerning. Everything has its proper order, its proper time, its proper place. It's very much about having routines and habits and rituals. So the full moon in Virgo really is an invitation to look at, what do I need to clean up? What do I need to organize? And that's a great way to go into spring cleaning, because we're going to start feeling the urge of that anyway as soon as we hit the spring equinox, which happens just 2 days later on March 20th. So a good coaching and reflection question around the full moon, that March 18th date, would be, what do I need to pay more attention to in terms of details, planning, getting the right information I need so that I can make decisions and know how I want to proceed step by step. It's also a really good time to pay attention to your health. because Virgo always has to do with the physical health of the body and your daily routines of diet, exercise, sleep, cell phone technology. Like, what are your boundaries that you set for yourself as a structured discipline so that you can preserve and take care of your health? Okay, and then we have the spring equinox. So the spring equinox is happening on March 20th. It is the day that is halfway between the solstices, which are the longest and the shortest days sunlight of the year, or longest nighttime of the year. The equinoxes are when it's completely balanced, total equal number of hours, 12 hours of sunlight, 12 hours of darkness. So the essence of that is very much about wanting to bring in a sense of balance, like we're starting over. The slate is leveled, right? We're starting from a level playing field. Now, what do we want to plant as we start working towards more and more heat being generated as we go through spring, as we go through summer, as the days lengthen? We're getting more vitality. The sunlight is growing our energy source, our chi is getting fueled. So this is the very beginning seed point of that. So the Aries energy is about fire. Fire is about feeling inspired, motivated, passionate, alive, bold, a little bit of that kind of like, what do I want? And how am I going to get it? And what do I need to do? So it is about moving into action. I do want to share a slide for you guys. Let me pull this up on screen. Okay, so this is some Aries cardinal fire energy for you. So some keywords it's like the catalyst, the one who activates, energizes, starts a fire. The warrior is associated with that Aries energy. Like, what am I willing to fight for? What am I willing to stand up for? Where am I ready to go into battle for myself, for others? It is feeling victorious, like this kind of sense of pride in your own accomplishment, around your own goals, around, what is it I want? How am I going to get there? How am I going to succeed? I want to win. That's very, there's a competitive kind of thing about Aries. And that's the last one, the competitor. And you can look at all these other words, but it is a sense of coming into your own autonomy, into your own choice, your own will, your own desire, right? The I want ... So one way to work with Aries is to really sit as an exercise, maybe do some journaling, reflection. What is it I want to begin? A lot of us think the new year starts January 1st. Some, in different, depending on your religion, there are different New Years, right? Chinese New Year, Jewish New Year. But the astrological New Year is going to start March 20th. So in the new beginning of this fire energy, where am I feeling a spark that I want to really kindle so that I could bring something into manifestation this year? So journaling on that, I'll give you some, these are just some tarot cards I wanted to show you. The ace is always about new beginnings. And it's also an offering. There's something sacred in the ace. It's like a God or the angels, your soul spirit guides are offering you support. And they're saying, yes, if you say yes and take action, we are here to support you and to, give you what you need and meet you in that place of doing, and bringing something into the world, into creation. So the Ace of Wands, you can work with any of these cards and just really meditate on them. But it is about something coming into that early spring blossom. I don't know where you live, but where I live, it's still winter. We just had an ice and snowstorm yesterday, but I was walking around yesterday and I saw the little crocuses with their little purple flowers and yellow insides budding up out of the ground. That's the feeling of Aries energy. It's like something's beginning to peek at its head and to grow. You can see that in the blossoms here, that are coming alive. So thinking about what you want to grow. And here are some great journaling prompts around Aries. What do I desire? What energizes me? What fires me up? Where do I want to win, fight? Where am I inspired? And if this gardening metaphor works for you, maybe sit and do a meditation practice where you imagine yourself weeding and cleaning out that garden and then planting the seeds of your desire really planting the seeds, and knowing what you're planting in your garden is really important. And then we can continue to nurture that through the rest of the spring and summer until we harvest that in the fall at the autumnal equinox, which is that other state of balance, right? But as we move into the dark. So we're starting a new 6-month cycle and journey. And some great affirmations might be around, especially with the Pluto energy happening, that Mars energy, that Venus energy, all of the visionary, Jupiter, Neptune, Pisces energy that's still there. Great affirmations might be about really visioning, where can I be more powerful and take back my power and authority in my own life? How can I be more bold and courageous for myself, for others in the world, how I show up? It's about very much choosing, right? Free will. How do I direct my energy, my unique life force in the world? So I hope that that is helpful for you guys. Have a fabulous month. I'm here for you. If you have any questions, if you want to reach out, if you want a tarot reading to clarify things, if you want to check in your own astrology chart where all of these transits and things in the world are happening in your chart, right? Because if Aries is in your 5th house, that's very, very different than if Aries is in your 8th or 9th house or in your 12th house. So understanding your own chart and looking at where is this Pisces stellium happening in the beginning of March? Where is that full moon in Virgo hitting in your chart? What is that looking to bring completion to, or organization or structure to? Where is this Aries energy going to light something new up in your chart for you? That's really helpful to look at. I could help you do that work if you want. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. All right. Have a great month. Bye.